Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday. Please welcome Kevin, the healing medium. He is our guest today. Welcome, Kevin.
Thanks, Jean. Thanks for having me back.
I am I'm really sorry, I just had to. I'm really excited to have you back. And we had such a wonderful connection the last time we did readings together. And I automatically am just really looking forward to today. I think that both
Hmm.
of us, you had mentioned beforehand that we both had some sort of spiritual intervention before we actually came on together today. So that was
Yeah,
really great.
yeah, I love that. We're not excluded in the support, and it's just so beautiful. So, thank you. I loved our time together last time, and all of the questions and the working with somebody new. It's like, how's this going to go? And I just felt like it was supernatural, and I just tend to trust in that. So. This feels so good, and I can't wait to have you on my channel as
Oh,
well.
that would be lovely. That
Well,
would be
yeah.
lovely. So I just want to say hello to everybody. They're all here in
Hmm.
the chat already. We have like 8 watching so far, and as soon as the notification goes out, I'm sure it's all going to jump up. And let me go ahead and put on the banner. So what we're going to do, we're going to take messages or requests for messages from loved ones. If you would kindly give us their, I need the name and relation. And Kevin, you can just say you can just the the only reason why I choose to get the name and the relation. First of all, relation is difficult for me. I can kind of get generation, but I can't get. So if you want us to pinpoint and get there fast, it's just easier for me if they give us the name and the relation.
Yeah.
If I had an hour with you, then maybe I could
Hmm.
develop it. But with being on YouTube, it's and I think a lot of people really appreciate the specificity we can get to when they provide that info. Also,
Totally.
any messages from your pets and that have transitioned, and if you want to just let us know their name and what type of pet, and also we're going to do questions from your spirit guides as well. Um, so thank you and welcome everybody. So let me see what we have here. And let me just let me just put on my so Kevin, I noticed that you were on with Linda G. How was that? Tell us a little bit about your experience.
I mean, to wrap it up, I feel like every um, collaboration and opportunity to meet new people and be in this flow, I feel it's life changing. And so to measure it, I try to be present in the moment, in the experience. And I mean, it was wonderful. It's something that um, people have been doing this. I kind of chuckle. I think I said this to several people, maybe to you as well. I don't read tarot, and I don't do a whole lot of the politics. So the fact that people have welcomed me into this community took me by surprise a little bit. I'll be honest. I kind of went like, I know I'm a nice person and all of this, and I do what I do, but I thought I don't do a lot of the things that these other people do. And so that support coming from, and I don't feel like they're strangers because I've been watching so many of them on their channels for the last, well, at least a good year. So yeah, to answer your question, it was nothing short of life changing for me. So
Absolutely, absolutely.
yeah.
And it is very gracious, but we do work very well together as far as card readers and psychic mediums.
Mhm.
Some people do a little bit of both. Like I know Terry Lee from Pure Visionary does a little bit of both. Um, it's really actually when I started, when I was practicing, when I was learning for myself, I did a lot of tarot cards for myself and for my family members, and it was a way for me to open up that window, open up that practice to get messages in and to hear and but what I was doing is I don't have a card out, but I would hold up a card and it would be like the Queen of Cups or something, and I would say stuff that didn't have anything to do with the Queen of Cups. Like
Oh.
it was
Mhm.
just an opening. So
Yeah.
I said, maybe I should put these down. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Well,
it
I
was,
mean, in this capacity, it's wonderful for the visual for people to have something that's visual, and that's actually part of it for me. When I can interpret and intuit and get messages from the tarot card, but I have no understanding of the foundation of what each might represent, and then from there, that's I think the beauty in it, and that's I think the demonstration of all the people that I definitely have come across and follow is that they use them as that kind of gateway, and then the expansion of that um, is the
that's
beautiful
true.
thing. That's so yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree. And a lot of them do, but, they kind of at least stay a little bit on topic, but a lot of it is intuitive, and a lot of it is they would apply it to whatever question they're asking. Um,
Hmm.
and then the whole, it comes in intuitively that way. But yeah, I don't know. I would like to. I do. What I really like to do is the ascended masters,
Mm.
and especially if I don't know who they are, and to
Uh-huh.
get a reading or to get a message from an ascended master that I pull a card for, and I don't know anything about them, it's been such an amazing experience for me. I've learned so much, and they come in so strongly. It's really cool. It's fun. It's a lot
I
of
love
fun.
that.
Yeah. Well, great, great. I see everybody is filing in the chat. Um, so, Kevin, I don't know if you know, tomorrow I will be exhibiting at the
Oh,
Mind Body Spirit Expo in Northern Virginia. It's in the Washington, D.C. area. It is my first experience being an exhibitor at a show, and it will,
wow.
I know.
Wow.
Not only that, but it will be my first experience reading somebody live, other than
Oh
family and friends. So,
my gosh.
I
How are you feeling? How are you feeling?
think I'm pretty good. Honestly, I think that this is the hard part. I think
Mm.
reading a question for somebody who's called, Green Jewel 7 or something, and getting connected to Green Jewel 7 when you don't even know who they are. That's the hardest part, right? And
Yes.
we make it look easy. Or
Yeah.
we don't, this is where we're learning, so we don't know any different. And then I'm hoping, or some of my friends have also said that when you are with somebody, it's much more powerful, much more intense, and much more information comes through because you're here with the energy right in front of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, I'm excited for you. You'll have to let us know how it goes.
I will. I will.
Yeah. Are
I
you
will.
are you sound sensitive? Will all of the like all the other stuff, will that how does that go for you?
I think it's enough noise. It's not that it's quiet with like a distraction. It'll be like
Mm.
a lot of noise that I'll just have
Mhm.
to kind of focus in on the person right in front of me. So unless somebody's being obnoxious or laughing or drop something, something, you know, uh, suddenly that may distract me. But otherwise, I think I'll be okay. Yeah.
Cool. And will you use your tarot cards, or will you just what's that going to look like?
Yeah, I'm not going to use any cards. Not any
Oh.
cards. Yeah. Um, I just it's what this is what I do best is just take the
Mm.
information, take the question, and connect with the person's energy, and try and give them the answer to their question, or a message from somebody that they'd like to hear from on the other side. Yeah, yeah,
Exciting. Yeah,
it
another
is.
layer, a way of, like reaching people and being seen, and then them seeing you, and then the networking aspect of it, and being in that community in that. So it's exciting. It's
Yeah,
exciting. I'm glad they're
yeah.
doing them again.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Mhm.
Um, Yeah, that's really exciting. So if anybody's in the area, please come by and see me. I'm in booth number 23. I'll be,
Oh,
I'm sure I'll be a little nervous maybe the first 30 minutes, but as soon as I get into doing my readings, I think all that'll go away. It's the
yeah,
nervousness isn't nervous. It's just the unknown of what to expect. And yeah, so I'm
yeah.
really looking forward to it. It's going to be a long day though, a long day. Yeah. So hi everybody. Thanks for coming. Oh my gosh, I don't want to. Juno, Sherry, Pure Visionary, Terry Lee's here,
Mhm.
Gypsy JJ, Tarot Stash. Hi Tarot Stash, how are you? So nice to
Hi,
see
Gerald.
you. Oh, I
Hello
think
to
he's
everyone.
moving into mediumship too. He said that the cards
Amazing.
allowed him to trust himself and unlock the door to mediumship. That's
I
really
love
good,
it.
Tarot Stash.
That's a great
Um,
way of saying it too.
yeah. Um, And Lena is here, Gypsy JJ. Thanks, guys. Thank you, everybody, for coming. So exciting. Okay. Thanks, Andrea. She loves seeing me go into the public view. Andrea, you were there when we all started. Andrea is one of my classmates, and
Oh,
she took the class with us. And she was there when I used to crash and burn a lot. I mean, that's what you do. You just crash and burn in the beginning. That's what I call it. Oh,
I
Kevin.
still have moments of crash and burn. I mean, I don't know if that ever goes away.
Uh,
I mean, it happens. Come on. Maybe not for some people, I'm sure. I'll say for me, it still happens occasionally.
Absolutely. And what it is a mistaken identity, I think, a lot. And yeah, so
And
it
where we go
happened.
from there, it's like, okay, sometimes we just don't have anything. We go in a different direction. We revisit it. We do that. I think it's partly, what we do, because sometimes that can just stop us cold and we shut down and it's like, it's over. Or we can be like, okay, I'm not getting anything there. And that's happened in moments of doing this. And I remember something that you had mentioned about kind of like doing these readings. I don't want to say they're cold readings, but just a little less of the direct, one-on-one, and then the instant feedback and all of that. So it's very different. And I worked for a medium in the UK for about a year, and a part of the job was email readings. And when I didn't really think too much about it, and then I started doing them, and I was like, oh my goodness, like this, there's nothing. I got a name and their date of birth, and it's like some of them were full mediumship readings and some of them were psychic readings, personal questions. And I was like, and I had to trust, and it came back to that, like my trust in it. And so at first I was kind of like, okay, like, and then I just got into the flow of it. Well, I ended up they ended up being some of my favorite parts of that job. I loved it.
What a beautiful foundation to really cut your teeth on and really like build that trust and that I can feel it like in my core when you talk about that. It's like an undeniable foundation and that trust that solid. It feels very solid and it was intended that way so that
Yeah.
you would have that just like this this is difficult, reading somebody with an unknown name and trying to connect to them, and then when I'm hoping that when I read somebody in person it'll be like flowing like that, so it's interesting the way and for us to read somebody within like 5 minutes here on
Right.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So great.
exciting. It's
Can I
exciting.
share the information of the person, because they're still, I'm
Yes.
still hearing them, Jean. So before we came on, if anyone would understand that this information, there was a couple of things I felt it was the energy of dad or father energy. So that can be father-in-law, stepdad, father, grandfather, but that type of energy. I heard the names Larry and I heard the names Fred. So the L would be significant, the F would be significant. I feel like one of those are still here on the earth plane. One is in the spirit world. And there's something about a radio. You would understand a radio and hearing like you're listening to the radio, and then you would hear like their voice in like just in the softness background of the radio, you would hear their voice coming through. And then there was also a feather. So you would also connect with a feather. And so if anyone understands that, I just had to, like, it just kept resurfacing. So I had to bring that forward. And so there you are.
Yeah. So if anybody here in the chat if any of that resonates with you, please let us know. It's Fred or Larry, or an L name and an F name. And the hearing voices behind a radio, is it music, or is it like a talk radio?
It feels like actually, great question. It felt like it was like old school radio. And so I did hear voices. I didn't hear, so conversation, I actually didn't hear music. And then in between like little breaks of the conversation or whoever was talking came through. And so I don't know how that would be interpreted for you or what, but it just, yeah, that's how it came through. So.
Interesting.
Yeah, and it might be someone that's going to listen to this, but nonetheless, I
Yes.
felt compelled to share.
Yeah. So if you're watching this after the live and it means something to you, please put a comment in the comment section. Yeah, that'd be great. Wow, how exciting.
Amazing.
Well, you must get messages. Do you get messages all day long from people? Like, do you just shut it off and open it up?
Good question. Some days I feel like I'm more in say of what that looks like, and then there's some days where it's just so I almost said the word overwhelming. It's never really overwhelming. It can be a lot. And so some days, for whatever that may be, it might be the people that I'm around, the people that I've, and so some days it's louder and more present than others. I've learned to really dial it down. And there's certain boundaries that I have with spirit. And so it's funny you asked that, because I've always been a really good sleeper, and I probably go to bed at 9:30, and I'm awake at between 6 and 6:30, so I could get a good 9 hours of sleep. These last few weeks, that has not been the case. I don't know what is going on, but my sleep has been so broken. And the messages and the information and spirit has just been more present and louder than in quite some time. So yeah,
Wow.
it's interesting. I think that's happening for a lot of us, though. I keep hearing that in conversations that I've had with colleagues and friends and people in the chat, our chat family, just sharing that things seem to be occurring more frequent. And yeah. So how about you? How are you?
Honestly, lately, I've been sleeping fine. So, but I do have certain times of, I guess, the lunar cycle or some sort of a astrological cycle that it's definitely different for me. And if I wake up, I do wake up between like the 3 and 4 o'clock time. Actually, yeah, but but lately I think it's been okay for me. But I've heard several other readers and other people on the chat also say that they're not getting a good night's sleep. I think it may be, affecting different zodiac signs, more than others.
Interesting.
What sign are you, Kevin?
My birth sign is the Gemini. I forgot for a second. And then my ascending and my moon are both Capricorn. But yeah,
very
I'm
nice.
Gemini.
Very nice.
Gerald, I got a bit of a hit when you were saying hello to Tarot Stash, and then the comment that he made, and then I said hello to Gerald, and there was something there, and I was gonna say something, and I stopped myself. But he's put something in the comments that I'm drawn to.
Is it at 12:17?
Is that 12:17? Yeah. That might be by Father Frank, who was an amateur radio operator in Hammond. I grew up hearing Morse code. I have many feather tattoos. Could it be me?
Ah. Does he link to anybody with an L? Is there anybody L in this, either past or in this, or living? Or are you asking? Can you ask him?
And do you understand the 4 men? I'm seeing 4 men. And then I don't know if it's the other gentleman or your dad, but I got a salute, and so that's the I say military or service, something about the service. So an acknowledgement of that, but I see 4 men. I'm hearing 4 men in connection to that. Mm-hmm. And highlighting 1957, 1957. Also, the month of September, Gerald, would be significant. The month of September. And then I'm also seeing, it looks flowery to me, but flower tattoo. You said the feather tattoos, but I also see flower. I feel like flower was, and I'm getting more connection with a female with this flower, but something about the flower.
He said his dad was in
Flower.
the Navy and he has 4 uncles on his side.
Oh, interesting. Okay, the 4 men acknowledging that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I do
was
have
and then the heart. I feel some awareness of the heart. Some condition, or I don't know if it was directly the passing, but something he's bringing me to my heart. Interesting. This is random, but did you have a pet bird? I'm seeing a bird in a cage. I'm seeing a bird in the cage, and the interesting thing about it, I'm being shown that the door is open of the cage, and the bird is in the cage, but it feels like just this free will thing and this trust that the door is open. So I don't know if that's literal or metaphorical, but you would understand that, is what I'm hearing. You would understand that. And I don't know if I said another month, but also highlight to the month of October. October, kind of first week. I heard October 7th, but beginning of October. I'm hearing, this is so interesting. If this is Dad, Gerald, that it's like making up for lost time. So I feel like the communication here on the earth plane was very different. And so the energy that he brings forward is the communication. So in this, it just feels like this freedom to self-express, and there's acknowledgement how you do that. So it's like just lifting you in the energy of how you self-express as a man, as a human, as a spiritual being. There's such celebration around that. I have full body tingles from Dad in that. So I feel like there wasn't necessarily, he would understand, or you would understand, that his demonstration looked very different. And now it just feels like in that freeness, in the wholeness of who he is, in that self-expression, it just feels like, we repress and we hold on to things. And so he's just in celebratory energy around you for that. So I hope that makes sense to you.
Yeah, I don't see another comment. If I missed it, let me know. But that was just so beautiful.
Yeah.
I think that is amazing, that you've made that connection ahead of time and that he can take some of those details. I do have one other person that said something about their brother that passed, whose
Okay, one
name,
sec. I'm
oh,
so sorry. He did say something
oh,
at the
okay.
12:23 mark. Dad died in September. Okay, there's just another peonies. I connect with that. I needed to release myself from the cage of what I think he expected from me, his acknowledging me, wanting to fly. Wow. 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 So feel his love. Wow. Oh, I love it.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, it's just such a blessing to be able to get that connection. And Tara Stash, you must be really feeling this because, oh, he said, uh, not this September, about 15 years ago. He says, thank you. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Blessings.
Oh, um, It's just, and when it resonates with you, and
Mhm.
sometimes our intellect is like, what number, what month, how many people, and then when you start hearing the message, you're like, you can feel it. You can feel the messages for you.
Mhm. That's
Yeah.
such a good point. Such a good point, Jean.
So we could have two different people. I did kick on Mary earlier, but she's saying that the family bird name is Fred, and the
Oh, the four men. Okay.
and the
Mark and
four
James,
men, and
Larry,
his
Aaron.
brother, her brother Larry. So isn't that funny that two
Well,
people?
that's so cool because it's the F and it's the Fred. It's the Fred and the Larry and then the four other men. 1950. Come on. It's a piggyback. So, that's the beauty of it. Because, Jean, what did I tell you before? I said I felt like it was two people.
Yes.
I said I felt like it was two people. I heard it two separate times, you guys. Like, I looked, I was like, I'm like, who is here? My dog can't speak English. I'm like, who is here?
Wow.
Anyways, wow. So take the message. And, that's the beauty of it, that spirit will do that sometimes because of the minuscule like moment that we have to make these exchanges, that they will just come through in a way. And so, oh, what a blessing. So
That
great.
is so interesting. I did have something one time before a show I did with Allie Heart and Soul Connected. I was back meditating, getting ready for the show, and I heard a song. I was listening to, one of our teachers said to listen to upbeat music, and I was trying to listen to the Rocky theme, because it gets me revved up. Because I was, it was after work. I was a little, tired, so I was trying to listen to the Rocky theme to get my energy up. And I went to itch or to reach for something or something, and I hit my headphones. Remember when I used to wear those big headphones? And it changed the song. And I'm like, oh darn, it changed the song. And my phone was in the other room. And this song that it changed to was Spirit in the Sky. And
Mm,
I was like, oh my gosh. So, but it was before the reading. Then it must happen to you a lot, but it's just beautiful. Thank you very much for bringing that forward and for connecting that with two people here. And it may also
yeah.
connect with somebody else. It doesn't just have to be two.
Yeah.
And the feather, I think was another detail. But my gosh, Kevin, you no wonder you sleep well. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you
Okay.
for that, Jean.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right. So I
Mhm.
have Terry, Tarrie, and I have her as the first question. I have her because last night she was so gracious. We ran out of time and we were unable to help her. So I told her to jump on the next time, and we'll make sure we get her question in. I'd like to take her first, and she's wanting to see if her father could come through with a message. And Terry, would you please add your father's name in there if you don't mind? I don't know if you did before, but I didn't see it. If you don't mind putting it in again.
Mhm. Gerald, it came through with a lot of emotion, and I forget the other lady's name. I'm so sorry.
Mary
Was
Thornberry.
Mary? It came through with so much emotion. I'll be completely honest. I was biting my tongue to keep my composure, and I mean, and so I'm not surprised. I kind of tuned into both of your energy, and especially with Gerald, it just felt because I know him as well. And I could just feel it. I could feel that release in that. Yeah, I could feel that release. So be in that moment and that energy, and Mary, you as well. And yeah, the message part of it, Mary, if you have to go back to it because it's left me, and I would be reinterpreting something that kind of came in so quick, but rewatch the video when it's over, and hopefully there's something in there for you as well. In the expression is what I heard, in the expression. And Terry was dad. I heard the name Mark, or the M male name, and then like a Martha, M female name, and the March. the month of March. So lots of M, triple M, if you would understand any of that.
And you do see her father's name, right? Her father's name is Melvin.
Oh,
So I didn't know if you saw that before.
no. And I mean, I show people, I had already wrote those things down. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we're on an M theme. Melvin.
I'm seeing like a waterfall and actually a water fountain. And it almost looks like it's, you know how like a whale would have like the water spout out of a whale, and you know how like if a cartoon whale, it's like a perfect little spout, and it comes straight up and then it drips out all the way around in a symmetrical form. I'm not sure if there's some sort of a fountain. It's almost like shaped as like a round shape. I'm not sure why he's showing this to me. It had a little bit of a force to it, but I just felt the need to say that. I'm not sure if that means anything to you, Terry. But sometimes if they send me an image and I share it, then the rest of the message comes in. So go ahead, Kevin, if you have anything. I'll see what else he has.
It's interesting when you said that, when you were talking about the whale, I saw, I could see you sitting on the whale, and it was like the energy was, it was this higher perspective, this higher view of things. And I feel that was, I feel like that was something that your dad, upon his passing, in his reflection of his earthly experience, he really saw the impact of his actions and his words. And in that, there's this feeling of responsibility for the choices and the impact in relation to that. So it brought, like, I could see you on this whale, and it just felt like that was something that, it's a feeling that he's reminding you of that right now. So I feel like there is, it's like he wants you to be reminded of that. So I'm curious if there's something that you are experiencing where you can take that higher view, and surrender the being right, surrender, making someone else wrong, and in that, just take the approach of surrender for that. For that higher view. And it's something that I just feel like he's now seeing that, like it's like he wishes that he could have led by example in that. And he's just highlighting certain moments. But I feel like it's, that's the energy. And it's like in that, it's in that you follow your bliss, and you follow what brings you the joy, and not get caught up in that. So yeah. And there was something else. Oh, when he first came out, and I've never seen this, but I saw an olive tree, and it was like, and then it was going into the branch, and the olive, putting out the olive, what's that saying? The olive branch.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that was the kind of preview before he went into this part of it. Yeah. So I'm curious if that resonates.
Yeah. So Terry said she was cleaning her fountain this morning that is in her entryway. So I think that your dad is just verifying that he is with you all the time, and the expression of the burst of this fountain and the whale part of it is what Kevin was saying, is that he has this immense outpouring of love for you, and that he it's like the size of a whale, his love for you, and just the his expression of love is outpouring, and that's beautiful that he is acknowledging her ability to take the high road and to see the bigger picture, and that he is seeing this now, and wishes that he had led by example by doing that,
Mm.
but is commending her on her choices and her uh, outlook. It's just beautiful. I'm really glad that I don't understand. I mean, why would I see a fountain? You know, what the heck is that
Mm.
all about? But it's a symbolic. It's that he was there with you. He is there with you. He is. You. I don't know if you were thinking about him or thinking about coming on the show, or thinking about what question you might ask, or thinking about last night's show. I don't know what it is that, but he just wanted to bring something to you that was something you could validate. So I'm just so happy that he was able to come through with such a beautiful message with Kevin and myself, Terry, and thank you again for being so patient. I felt really bad I didn't get to her question last night, so
Uh,
I'm glad we were able to
yeah.
get to it
And
today.
happy early birthday to her. She said it's our birthdays next week. So happy early birthday to you.
Aw, that's
So
sweet.
nice.
Okay, so I have Michelle Shining Light Tarot. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for coming. I think you are Melinda's sister. Is that correct? And you have a new channel of Shining Light Tarot. I heard it through the grapevine. So congratulations on your new channel.
Aw,
And she would like
congrats.
a message from her mom, Leslie.
I just wrote down I wrote down Michelle's name, and I'm like Mark, Martha, Month, Melvin, Michelle. Like that's a lot of M's. Anyways, squirrel. Mhm.
You know, I'm seeing the oddest thing. I know back in the 70s, it used to be a thing, but she's showing me like her hair in two ponytails like this on either side, or like two ponytails here. There's something here and here. I'm not sure if she wore something or if she's showing me she has antennas now, but there's something here and here. And I'm getting, remember like back in the 70s when they used to wear their hair up in those, they called them like Mickey Mouse rollers so that their hair would be straight. She's
Mm.
just showing me two big things right here and here. But I'm asking, and it's unusual that they show me a visual before they give me, I mean, an image of themselves before they give me a sign. So, but Kevin, if you have anything, let me just tap into her energy a
Mhm.
little bit more. So, if that makes sense to you, Michelle, so I could go in deeper.
I keep seeing butterflies around you, Michelle. Lots of butterflies. And the energy that I get is that, and I hear the word, is the resilience. And so, the month of December, a connection to the month of December. And then I also heard the name Julie. Also the name Julie, and the 22nd. And the resilience feels like the message. It's like it's recognition of what you're going through, and so in that there's just this outpouring of. I'll be honest, I don't just feel mom. I feel like there's several people that are coming through with this really encouraging outpour of support. And so acknowledging a bit of the challenge and a bit of the upset, and reminding you that this is a temporary moment in your life, and what you will. It's like sometimes we can get nervous around things. Another way of interpreting that is it's excitement. It's excitement from the inner depths of our knowing of what's on the other side of these temporary challenges, is like celebration and joy and all of that. So none of us are separate from these times, but that they're, we're going to get through them, is what the energy comes through. And I pulled a card, and it's the simplicity. And
That's
so, the white feather. And so, yeah, that feels like the message. So I hope that resonates with you. Mhm.
yeah,
And
that's beautiful.
perseverance. There you go.
Wow. I saw it. She did verify a couple of times. She said, I pulled my hair up and I wore a ponytail here. It was like parted down the middle, and she would pull it back here and here. She's just telling me. I don't know if there's combs or what, but and then she was showing me a surfboard, and I asked her for some more information. And as Kevin was talking about your what you're going through and persevering, she said, "You just ride the wave, go with the flow, stay on the board, keep your knees like
Mhm.
flexible, and just ride the wave, ride the wave." And she's also telling me that she had this ability that you and Melinda have, the psychic connection, and that she's she's anxious, or not anxious. She's excited to connect with
Mhm.
you and help you and assist you, and open up the lines of communication. She's she's just really cheering you and Melinda on. She's like, go girls, go girls. She's like, ride that wave, right? She's very excited. She's very upbeat. She's very like a coach kind of person. Like, you can do it. You can do it. Just keep your knees, it's sort of like coaching you along the way, cheering you along the way, and supporting you along the way. And just really very excited, very loving, and kind of like lighthearted, very lighthearted about the whole thing when she's saying this. Um, it's just, and yeah, she's that's all I'm getting right now. But that was
Mhm.
neat.
Jean, I love it. And I'm not sure. I want you to watch the playback of what you just said and what was impressed on you, because you said you just put into words what they were saying just moments ago about sometimes we feel like it's the nervousness, and it can be masked for the excitement. And you said anxious, and then you said, oh no, it's the excitement. And that's just it. So how they did that, they're just demonstrating again that point. And so in it, sometimes we can um, you know just surrender and give the things that are not serving us in those feelings of anxiety and mistrust and all of that, and surrender it. We can release it to things that are far greater than us, and then be in the experience, and then on getting through those experience, we get the excitement. And I feel like sometimes the anxiety is the mask for the excitement, and our resistance as human beings, which we all have, really can, really not serve us. So I loved that. Very powerful. So
Yeah,
I hope
it's
that.
all a matter of perspective. We can
Mhm.
be anxious, or we can just take a step back and see. I mean, I remember I just had a reading recently where the person, the lady, the woman's brother came through and said, you're on earth, man, you're on earth, you can breathe, you have legs, you're here, you're actually
Mhm.
here. Like, just make every take do take advantage of every moment. And he was like in awe of his sister, that she's still here. And he's like, man, you're still. And I was like describing his personality, and she was like, that's him, that's him. But he was just so much in awe that she could breathe, that she was in a human body, that she had legs, and she was standing on earth. And it was really powerful for me that he was like sending through this message to her. It was really
Mhm.
profound. So they are excited. They are just uh, just up. They're like a lighter kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but what we feel is anxiety. If we take another couple steps back, try not to take things too seriously, and just see it for what it is. It's just all inspiring. We're only here for a
Mhm.
short time. Enjoy it. Make the most of it. Right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow. So, did you see any um, comments that you wanted
I
to bring up?
didn't. I'm not sure. Yeah. I
Okay.
think I saw, yeah. I didn't see anything that.
Oh, you're welcome, Michelle. She says, thank you
Mhm.
so much.
Perfect.
Um, yeah, it's hard for me to do questions and
I
comments.
know.
I
Yeah,
sometimes
it's
I miss them. So I do have another question if you're ready to
yeah.
do one more.
Sounds good.
And I have Debbie Kane. Hi, Deb. Thanks for your question. And she just would like a message from her guides.
Awesome.
And if you don't mind, I'm just going to say who I have next. I have Sandra Marks. I have Yvonne White, and I have Serena and Yanti. So if I didn't call your name, I don't know. That may be, yeah, that may be. Well, let's just see if we have any time at the end. I think that may be enough for today. Oh, Seven Ocean Skies is here. Somebody says hello to her.
Hmm.
Let me see. Where is she? Hey! That was, remember, Kevin, I told you I had a really, really interesting evening with readings last night. It was
Oh,
for
okay.
Seven Ocean Skies, really was big impact on me for
Wow.
sure.
Wow, I
Yeah.
love that. I'll
Yeah.
have to watch that.
Yeah. So let's see. All right, Deb.
Deb, I see a lot of blue and then gold around you. Blue and gold around you. Um, I see a lot of blue and gold around you. Interesting card. Okay. Um, hmm. So I pulled a card and it's back to the whale. It's back to the whale and he's floating, um, floating in a bubble.
Oh,
And so I'm
wow.
back to that energy. So perhaps there was something in that previous reading that resonated around that. Um, and I forget what it was. I think it was the perspective, but there's something in that, and okay. So they're talking about the remembering. Remember who you are is what I just heard. Remember who you are. So in the busyness and all of the stuff in the world and our extended and our family and our all of it. We still have the ability to remember who we are, and it's really quite simple. And in that's what they're encouraging. um, mhm. I feel like this doesn't come from judgment. This is invitation. They're inviting you to get to know them, get to know your guides even more. And you have to be in participation of that. And you have to get nosy and you have to be in the inquiry. They're going to present a certain way and they need our interaction. It's like if someone just keeps calling us on the telephone and we never answer, what's that going to look like? So that's the feeling. So they're there, and they never have not been, and they never will not be. So just be in that communication. And I'm not to say that you're not, but there's an invitation to even go deeper with them, is what they're saying.
That's beautiful, Kevin. I
Mm,
I really, that was beautiful. So, Deb, what I was getting right away is they showed me a cap and gown. You're going to university. You're going to Spirit University. It's time for you to crack open those books and get studying, girl. And what they mean by that is to engage and to meditate and to record what you
mm,
hear, feel, and see. And I know that you have a lot of background, a lot of things that you've actually studied, and you've you've taken a lot of courses. You've done a lot of just learning, and they're telling you to apply it, apply it, apply it, apply it,
Mm,
apply it, and connect to it. It's almost like you're in your whatever brain, the analytical brain. You have all
mm,
this knowledge in the analytical brain. You know about crystals. You know about dreams. You know about chakras. You know about healing. You know all this stuff in your right brain, but or
mhm.
in the analytical brain. I get confused which one is which, but and now they're telling you to apply it and to open up that connection with your spirit guides to apply it.
Yeah. When you said the chakras and that, I got a ping on the heart chakra specifically around you, Deb. And so, um, yeah, so just some, it feels like activation around your heart chakra is happening. And what did you say? I'm working on the Claire's class. Amazing. So I mean, that's the perfect way of being in communication with our guides. And so, what perfect timing. And for you to ask a question about how to, or a message from your guides, it also feels, I did hear that there's an aspect, and if this resonates, great, that you channel. So when Jean was getting the information about the writing, there's a channeling potential there for you. So if that calls to you, then yeah, it feels natural.
They
It's
don't
like,
want you to study them as a subject. They want you to
mm,
engage with them and live your life with
mm,
them and by them and through them. Um, Take it in every day. Walk with it, speak with it, breathe with it. They don't want you to study them. It's there's a little bit of a difference. You're extremely educated and well versed and have a lot of wisdom, and now they just want you to apply it.
mm.
um yeah, that's what I'm getting.
Wow, that was powerful, Jean.
They've been giving me kick in the pants kind of readings for a
Hmm.
lot of just they're really giving a lot of us very pointed messages.
Yeah, I think that was for all of us, what just came through. Speaking of channeling, I could listen to you all day. I'm just saying.
Thanks, Tracy. I got Sharon's question. All right, thank you. So the next one I have is Sandra Marks.
I just want to acknowledge, I did see, Heather, I did see your question, or I think it was more of a comment around I think it was your boys, you said, and the questions I believe were full. So you're doing this right, hun. I was drawn to your question, and I think it goes along. If I could just acknowledge this, they're saying we have to, and it's not to downplay, um, this human experience is really difficult, and our experiences are sometimes not what we would choose, um, and we can be mindful, in the energy that we put out. So when we worry about things, and that's a natural, it's so natural. So, not to take away from that, if we could add to it, less of the worry and more of the, going back to the love. And I know that really takes something, and I struggle with that, for sure. But we can be responsible for that. And yeah.
Find any little piece of gratitude you possibly can find.
Mhm. Yeah.
Be
And as a
grateful
mother, I
for.
can't. Yeah, sorry, Jean.
I was just
Keep-
just anything in your life, do you have a shirt on? Be thankful for that. Do you have
Yeah.
shoes on your feet? Be thankful for that. Try and see the gratitude, the very minute gratitude, because it can get overwhelming. It can be very serious and very scary, and it can send you spiraling. And gratitude is, you can't be grateful and spiraling at the same time. The gratitude will pull you out of it. And once you change your energy, the universe will match that energy. So if
Mm.
you are constantly worrying about what can go wrong, you're
Mm-hmm.
focusing that energy on what can go wrong. If you start saying, I'm grateful for this, this, and this, I have everything that I need right here, right now. I am safe right now. I am not in harm right now. Right now,
Mm-hmm.
there is nothing that I'm not in imminent danger right now. And be thankful and grateful for that, and try and change that energy string that Kevin is picking up on inside of you, instead of, and I understand, believe me, it is
Mm-hmm.
tough, and to look ahead and not to know, it is scary, the unknown. But try and just pull yourself out of that, if not just for 5 or 10 minutes each and every day, and try and focus on that, and try and hold that positive light, and allow the universe to match that for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I see you, and I see your comments, and um, exactly what Jean just said. And that's the thing, that it's no coincidence that you're here right now. And that's the support. That's the support of the divine. And so you're not excluded in that, nor are your children. So know that in this moment and going forward, that we're all connected in that way. So it's wonderful that you're here. And I hope that really helps. I hope that helps you.
And there'll be messages for you in this, just like the
Mm-hmm.
last message we gave for Debbie Kane. Listen
Yeah.
for the messages, anything that would apply to you, anything that may uplift you. If you hear that somebody else got a message from their father in spirit, and how wonderful and how much love their father is sending, feel that love, feel that message. You're here so that your
Mm-hmm.
energy can be elevated. All of us, our energy, our frequency rises when we get together, and this is
Mm-hmm.
good for you. This is a distraction for you, if nothing else. It's a time when you can feel optimistic and feel love.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're here. Thanks for pointing that out, Kevin. That
Of
is so
course. Yeah.
sweet.
Spirit nudged, and I was like, okay, I appreciate that, Jean. Thanks for that.
Thank you. And there are so many questions here, so many people here, and I'm just going to do the best I can. I can't get to everybody. There was just a couple that I starred early on, and but we'll do the best that we can. So the next one I have is Sandra Marks. And she said her husband is passed. Oh, sorry, Sandra. I should read these things. Would you give us your husband's name, first name, please? Sandra Marks, would you give us your husband's first name? But we'll try and go from there.
Oh, the C name or the K name? I need to work on that. I hear that, and then I'm like, is that a C or a K? I struggle with
Just
the
a
C and the
cup.
K.
It's a
Yeah,
cup.
totally. It's a
It's a cup.
silent PH,
Like,
Kevin.
well, you could say the cuss sound, like the
Totally.
Calvin or Kevin, Calvin or Kevin.
Yeah.
It could be
Yeah.
either.
Mm-hmm. I met
I'll
a
look at
Kevin
this.
with a C, spelt with C, Cevin. I was like, Seven? No, Kevin. Okay.
All right.
I feel silly. I feel like this. I'm going to use the word because I heard it. Kind of goofy, humorous. Just energy that just made me feel a little giddy right there. And so I feel you might understand that. Is it Sandra? Is that her name?
Yes.
Okay. I have to say it. How do you connect with dragons? I see a dragon around you, and the tail, this aspect of the tail is kind of like wrapped around you, and not in a threatening way, but more in a supportive, comforting way. And I can see like the scales on like all of the iridescence and all of it's almost mermaid like, those scales of all that opalescent beauty. It's like it's so close to you, and it's like it's so interesting. It's like even though it's right there, it's like you're just looking over it, and it's just, you know what I mean? It's just shifting your perspective is the energy that's coming through, that sometimes we get so used to things in a certain way that we forget about the simplicity and the beauty in it, because we become so familiar. And so the gratitude around that feels like the energy coming through. Mm-hmm. And I had 3 children. Who's got the 3 children? And November, month of November significance.
Sandra, what I'm getting is you. I'm picking up that he has a very protective energy towards you, and he's very, very proud of you. But what I'm feeling that Kevin's describing this dragon is his energy, that he's wrapped around you, that he's surrounding you, and he's not leaving you. He hasn't left you, and he's protecting you, and he's fiercely protective of you. And this is the energy of the dragon that I am interpreting, that Kevin was just sharing. I'm not sure if Dick was interested in reptiles, or if he really loved fantasy, or anything was connected in that dragons, or if he loved what's that, medieval kind of thing. I don't know if it was he was specifically connected to it, but his energy is definitely like this. But he's very protective of you. He's always around you, and he's just really proud of you. And he's sending you his love, and he's sending you his gratitude for you taking care of him. He said you were a gracious, lovely wife. You were unapologetic, and just always selfless and giving, and angelic. He's calling you angelic. You had such an amazing unconditional love that you shared with him, and he is in awe of you. This is why he fiercely protects you. This is why he wants to he's indebted to you. You gave him such a beautiful experience, and you continue to give him this beautiful experience, and your love is everlasting. Oh, that's so beautiful. It's very
That's so.
intertwined. It's like linked, like a chain. There's a link, like a chain. Wow. He's incredible.
I had some uncomfortable or pain in my head. And then as I let that go, I was brought back, and it feels like a memory, because it doesn't feel, I was brought back to a memory, and I'm curious how you can, like, it's like I can see you in a club or a bar, and it feels like, it just feels really new. Like I get the butterflies around it in the energy of you both back in this moment. So I'm curious if that's where you met, or there was something there, but that's I feel like it's a memory. Yeah, I feel like it's a memory. I understand the analogy of protection. Interesting.
Yeah, and we understand that there's privacy, and there's reasons that you don't want to.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Oh, did I startle you, Kevin?
A little bit. You read my mind, because I was actually just having that conversation. I'm like,
You were having the conversation in your mind, or?
Yeah, about that. Like I just felt there was, and I love that. I love it when people acknowledge that there's some things that you don't have to share. It's so perfect. I love that. I was actually just tuned into that. So, and then when you said it, I was like, oh my God, Jean, you heard me.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh, and Heather just wants to say thank you very much to both of us, and that
You're so
you're very
welcome.
welcome. Yeah, Kevin picked up on that, on the energy of desperation, if you don't mind me saying, and that you were reaching out and crying out, and I'm so glad that he picked up on your energy. And it's really difficult. We really can't answer everybody's question, of course, but we're going to try our best. And thanks for pointing that out, Kevin. And thanks for
Mhm.
your question, Sandra Marks. And Dick's energy is lovely, and what an amazing energy! Beautiful,
Mhm.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So, how are you feeling, Kevin?
I'm good, Jean. Yeah. Yeah. What
Okay.
whatever you have in mind, what do you have in mind?
Okay. All right. I didn't know. I think it's important that we go with the flow.
Mhm.
We go with where we're led, like Kevin did when I hadn't even started or saw the comment. I think it's important to allow spirit to guide us. If we don't
Mhm.
get each and every person's question in the order that each and every person entered it, it's for a reason, and we just would like.
Yeah.
We really appreciate everybody's support and collaboration when we do this. We'd love to provide a service and a forum and a place for education and experience, because it brings us all together and it raises all of our vibrations. So
Mhm.
we just appreciate everybody's flexibility and understanding, and your help and your help.
Jean, I think that's so valuable, and I love that you acknowledge that. That's how I go into every reading, every one-on-one, every time I show up to be in this service, is that I let spirit take the lead. And I know, and that's the thing I love about the family of people that are a part of this. We're all a part of it, and allowing. We never know somebody else's story and where they are at, and in that, spirit always will guide us. And when we listen to it, and we don't get so rigid and just going by, like this specific order, I think that that's actually, in my opinion, that's us answering the call and really being in service. And so I love that you acknowledge that. Um, it's beautiful. So thank you. And thanks everybody for understanding that, who needs to come through, and who, and not to say that we don't all need it in some capacity, but I just love that we talk about that. And that's the beauty and the transparency and the naturalness and an important conversation. So it needed to be said. So thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we have another question here from Sharon Sipe, and Sharon is one of our moderators extraordinaire. Thank you for your question, Sharon. And
It's
she wants a
Dad.
message from her husband,
Husband.
John, and his birthday was yesterday.
Aw, happy birthday, John.
Oh, Sharon.
I see sixes. Six, six. Sixes. I don't know. It's like I'm reminded of my like phone number with like sixes in it. Um, mm, Sixes. And Paul. Who's Paul? The P name. Is there a new baby around you? New baby, new energy, new birth.
Hmm? So I'm getting a little bit of a description here, and Sharon Sipe, if you can let me know if I'm on the right track. I'm seeing somebody who's rather trim and or has kept his physique throughout his lifetime, and I see somebody who is a little quieter and maybe. Accountant, but not really with numbers, just like kind of a
Mm-hmm.
quiet worker, not any, he's not like a politician or big personality, somebody who would work quietly, maybe scientific or does something that he is quiet and contemplative in his work. And he's very, very, not a lower energy, but like a smoother, quieter energy. And he may have loved the outdoors, but everything was done on like a quiet type of lower keel energy. And if that makes sense to you, if you would validate that I have the right person, Sharon Sipe. If that's John, this is kind of the energy that I'm getting, just so I can get a message from him for you. Did you get anything? Are you picking up any of that? Maybe I can validate with you, Kevin.
I got the more reserved,
Okay.
and sometimes this is the thing, and I love that because I got that exact. What happens sometimes, it's like that's the energy that comes through, and then it can be like, well, no, that's not how they were, and so it's interesting to me sometimes that sometimes it's the comfortability within the communication that's happening here. And so in that, sometimes the energy can come through. And so it can look very, very different. But I did feel the more quiet, reserved. It was almost like conversations going on and just more of the observer energy. And in that, then I started to get more impressions. And I saw a yellow bird around you, but an attention to the birds. And I feel like it might be part of the signs. And I think there's multiple for you. I pulled one of the cards, and it's interesting. I mean, I shuffled this deck, you guys, but remember who you are. And so in that, I just feel like sometimes we can forget who we are or what really matters. And in that, that's the energy that he comes through with. It feels very flowing. And I feel like you have, did she say it was 5 years or?
Yes.
Did
Oh
it,
no.
yeah. So, or
Actually,
no, was that
she
somebody
just said,
else?
yeah, that was somebody else.
Okay. Oh, I don't know if that was by accident though. Something about 5 years, but just and maybe it's just a 5 year reflection of the flow. It just feels like there's more flow in your life in this moment, and that it feels really good. Um,
Well, she
it's
said no to me, to the quiet man and the
okay.
more reserved man. But then she said, okay, yes to you because of how you were describing his focus and his approach.
Yeah, so I love it because that's just the example of, how the impression can come and then the translation or how it actually relates and that's just I heard it and so I'm not surprised because I got the exact same as what Jean did, but I feel that's just the energy that I feel like there's this curiosity and still the learning from him, and to be in this communication. Um, I don't feel like he's uncomfortable in it. They don't really attach to those kind of things, but he's. It almost surprises him is the feeling that I get that he would actually be in this, if that makes sense. So how he was here on the earth plane, there's been that evolution or the expansion and the growth, and that's the thing. So how he comes through now is like, oh yeah, like I might have poo-pooed this and this would have been, but him to be in this, it just feels like that's the growth aspect. And then this is random, but he's bringing an awareness to your teeth. So I don't know if you need to see the dentist or you're needing to, I don't know. There's something about he's bringing attention to your teeth, and that's all I'm getting.
She did confirm that he did pass 5 years ago, similar
Oh,
to the
okay.
last question. And
Oh,
it is interesting the way that the questions come through and they're so very similar, especially when it's a husband who passed. So let me just see if I can get a message from John. Why is he showing me this reserved physique, quiet? I, I think he wants to create calmness around you. He wants to create that softness, that quietness, that reservedness around you. There may be a little chaos or a little agitation or something that is stirring up something around you, and he's just trying to soothe you and calm you, and maybe this was he's reminding you. Let me see, John. What can you say to Sharon? He is he is showing me that you may have something that you're concerned about, something that's on your mind, something that's worrying you, and he just wants to soothe this and take this off of you, take this burden away from you, and he's saying, give it to me to worry about. He's like, just give it to me. He's like, let me take care of this. Don't you worry about it. And these husbands are very protective, very, very protective. Woof. He is telling me that you're, yeah, he's telling me to try and put your focus on something that's a little more tranquil. He's asking you to maybe listen to sounds of a babbling brook or something, or to stop watching what's on the screen, except for this show, of course. Stop watching what's on the screen and take yourself away to the outdoors and he's showing me like a mountainside or greens or something. He just wants you to calm down and soothe the whatever is worrying you and troubling you.
Mm-hmm. Look at the card I pulled while you were talking. I showed them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Did you start meditation, or have you been in consideration of meditation? I think it'd be very helpful. I know it would. Wow.
Yeah, it's tough, Sharon. Thank you for your question. I'm so sorry for your loss. And John's around you. John's around you. He's trying to calm you down. He's trying to calm you down. He's reminding you to step back. Just to step back. Good. Good. Thank you. Oof. Okay. All right. Let me see. So, yeah. How about if we change to something a little lighter? I have a nice pet question here from Yvonne.
Sure.
Her, but I mean, it's not lighter, but I'm sorry about the loss of your cat, and his name is Heath, and she would like a message from her cat.
Aww.
What a neat name, Heath.
Yvonne, did you ask for your next cat? I don't know if you put it into these words, to be reincarnated. Because I feel like Heath was, oh my gosh, just such the perfect cat. The perfect cat. I'm curious if you put out that request. Oh my gosh. Same card.
Wow.
Remember who you are.
I think they're trying to tell all of us something. I think this is the veil thinning. I think this is all the vow of forgetfulness, or the vow of I forget what it's called again, but they're asking us to remember who we are as souls, as star beings, as amazing creators here, and they're really putting out an urgent call. I think that card is really interesting. Do you have the book to that? Does that
Do,
yeah,
what book's that?
to the card? Is there a little bit more of a message?
Oh yeah, good one. I know what I heard is that you were talking, and I was listening to what you were saying. All paths lead us home. All paths lead us home. And sometimes we judge it, it's this or it's that, or it's not this or it's not that. And all of our paths lead us home is what I heard.
Wow.
It might take me a minute to find this. I never really used the book. I think this is the right one, Jean. Is she still here?
Yvonne, if you're still here, if you can let us know. Yeah, these are earlier questions, so maybe I'll validate. And let me see if I can. Serena, Mama Bear, if you're still here, if you would let us know. And Yanti, if you're still here, if you would let us know. And they're the only other two other than Yvonne that I have starred right now. We'll just take them as they come after that. It's really hard going all the way back when you star them early on. So there's a pluses and minuses about the starring the questions.
Can I read this?
Yeah.
The Remember Who You Are card. You are a powerful, loving, and creative child of God. You are very loved. You are made in the image and likeness of the Creator, so you embody aspects of all those qualities. Your inner divine light is pure and as bright in truth, and no mistakes can undo God's handiwork of true perfection. Don't be afraid of your power, your significance, or your wisdom. When you succeed, you inspire others. When you change your life so that it's more aligned with your interests, you inspire others. Be powerful, be magnificent. This is who you are.
Wow.
So how great is that? And that's the energy of Archangel Michael behind that. That's really interesting. And we talked about this earlier. Oh my God, wouldn't that be interesting if that was, because it was the question about, well, it was about the lady with the blue and the gold.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, yeah, there you go. I don't see her here.
No, Yvonne, but thank you, Yvonne, because you enabled us to get that beautiful message. And we send you all the best, and for your cat Heath, and he's around you. And like Kevin said, let us know if you can in the comments afterwards. Let us know if you asked for him to be reincarnated. That would be a really interesting thing to find out. So wonderful. Well, thank you. So we do have confirmation that Serena is still here. So Serena would like to connect to her grandparents, Junior and Virginia. What a neat name, Junior, right? Oh, Yvonne just came back. So if you could rewind it a little bit and let us know.
Oh my gosh.
It was just 5 minutes ago.
Do you know what's so funny? Okay, so as that just happened, I heard the cat came back the very next day, which is interesting. It actually used to be the tune of some show, and I remember this is probably from the late 70s, early 80s that this show, and that was the jingle. And with the message about the cat and the reincarnation, I mean, I'm just putting it out there. That's the song I heard. The cat came back.
Wow.
Interesting. You'll have to let us know, Yvonne.
The very next day. Isn't that amazing the way souls can do that? Wow. And did
Yeah.
you, Yvonne, what we wanted to know is if you asked for this cat, because it was such an incredible cat, if you asked this cat to come back and be reincarnated. And this is what Kevin heard along with the message that the cat just came back. So that was beautiful. Okay, let's go back to Serena. Yeah, it is. You know what? I find it challenging as well to jump from question to question because they're still talking to us over here when we're going on to the next. You're like, wait a minute. There's
Mhm.
some straggling messages coming in.
Mhm.
It is difficult to jump from question to question. It certainly is. And I have a bell here that if somebody's still talking to me, telling me about a
I
recipe,
love that.
I just ring the bell. Somebody's grandmother kept telling me about a recipe, and I'm like, okay. Oh, that's beautiful. All right. So Serena, her grandparents, Junior in Virginia.
Oh my gosh. Did you see what Jean? She did ask for him to come back.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I'm all lit up. You would know.
How would you even begin to know that? Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. Good going, Heath. Good going.
He is the cat. I told you. I love him.
Was he like a little wizard inside of a cat body? Was he like
Oh,
a little,
interesting.
was he like not like the magician in the tarot, but some sort of a he was a protector of your soul, I think. He had a bigger reason than just being a cat here. He had more of a spiritual reason to watch over you. And I think
Mm,
that this is why it was such a difficult separation for you and that you prayed,
mm,
but he's always around you. His energy is always around you. You know, it kind of reminds me of, you know, that Bewitched or back then, I don't know what show it was where the cat actually was the uncle and he would like change into this person and then he would walk around being a cat. Do you remember that? I don't know how old you are,
mm.
but um, he was a cat that was an uncle and that would change back into a cat.
Oh, wow.
I know. And he was like a warlock or a
Interesting.
wizard.
Wow.
But I do know that he was a guardian for your soul, and he was here to watch over your soul, your emotions, and just to be a guardian for you here in this world. And this was the
Mm,
special connection that you felt with him because in different lifetimes you shared lives together.
mm. Um, it's a sensitive one, and so I'm asking for them to help me with the language around this. Yvonne, would you understand the infant child also on the other side? Because I'm seeing the cat with the baby. Um, I'm seeing the cat with the baby, and it's like bassinet. I'm seeing like bassinet, um, and I don't know if the baby came to term or not. Um, but I see the bassinet, and so I do get male. But the cat, I just feel that this energy, I can't shake it, and so just lots of peace and peace around that. Um, mhm.
Do you know if the cat and the baby and the bassinet is in Yvonne's life? Actually, it's Yvonne.
Oh, Yvonne.
I think, yeah.
Mm.
Oh, wait, she just responded. She's saying she remembers Bewitched and used to watch it all the
Oh,
time.
yeah. Interesting.
I just wonder if the cat reincarnated and that they're showing you if the cat is in somebody else's life and not in Yvonne's life anymore.
I feel
Um,
it's connected to Yvonne, but it might just be indirectly, so maybe not her. child or the loss of
Oh,
her child, but someone, and I don't know if it's the timing or around the cat, but there's something there. I can see
interesting.
it. And I know that like children and babies, and it's personal. So I'm not asking you to. She did lose a baby.
Oh, she did. Oh no. Maybe this is why they're protecting you. Maybe this is why they're guarding. They're your guardian
Wow. Mm-hmm.
to help you deal with those emotions and that pain.
Mm-hmm. Do you paint, Yvonne? Do you paint? I see canvas. Just bringing the energy back up. Yep, I feel the creative aspect, and I feel like, yeah, if you've put it away, bring it back, bring the canvas back. All right, I didn't mean to interrupt because I think you had asked we had posted another question.
No, I
I'm sorry.
I don't
Sometimes
I
I
don't want
just.
to move on. I don't want to move off of it. I didn't think that
Thank you.
Yvonne was here any longer, and I thought we were just move on, but then she jumped back and
Mhm.
yeah, no, that was good. Okay.
Thank you.
So Serena, hi Serena. She wants to connect with her grandparents, Junior and
That's right.
Virginia.
Mhm. I keep seeing fours around you, Serena. Four. Significance of four, the number, and then the month of April, significant. And then I am with one of their energies, and I can't separate them right now, but I'm aware of the heart. So one, I do feel a heart passing, or heart, and highlighting 2 years. I don't know, 2 years. Pull some cards.
Did she have a nickname, Serena? Did she go? Yeah, she has 4 daughters. Wow. Um, did she go by? I almost said Ginny, but I think it's Ginger. For
Oh,
some reason, I hear Ginger. Did she have a nickname with that Virginia? She's showing me I'm not sure if she was a little slow moving towards the end of her life, but she's showing me that she's exhausted and tired. I'm not sure if maybe there was some sort of emphysema or congestive heart failure or something about the heart and the lungs and the not being able to breathe and not having any energy, almost feeling extremely lethargic. And she was dealing with this for quite some time towards the end of her life. Not sure why she's showing me that. She's just showing me that it was difficult for her to move around. Took a lot of energy and it took a lot out of her.
mm.
And she's saying not to remember her this way, to find one of her pictures in her youth. Ginger, if that's who you would like to be called, show me what's the message. She's saying the energies are tough right now. She's saying that you're feeling lethargic. You're feeling like there's a lot of weight. There's a lot of sluggishness around your energy. She's telling me this is you feeling this way, not just that you can't you feel like you're something is holding you down, like you're in kind of tar or something. Like it's very hard for you to move and to the energy level just is not there for you. You feel very lethargic. I'm not sure if this is true for you, if you can verify if this was her or you, but she's telling me that she's feeling this heavy weight on you and this energy around you. She's saying you need to expel that energy. She said you need to spin those chakras, and you know how the centrifugal force of a chakra or something
Mhm.
would throw the sludge off of it and let it fly and stick to the walls and get it off of you. You need to work on your energy healing, and it's in your energy that this sluggishness, this heaviness, and you might be carrying a burden as well, Serena. Hmm. She's saying that your spirit is light like a fairy. She said your spirit is light like you frolicking through a meadow of wildflowers. That this is your true spirit, and unfortunately, something has dimmed this spirit of yours, and this is why you feel like your light has been dimmed. She wants you to find that light again. She wants you to
Mhm.
search and to practice and to focus on this light of yours, and that it's still there and it may just be dimmed, but you have the power to bring it back up to its full capacity. I'm not sure if she's saying anything that
Yeah.
resonates with her.
Do you have the small children around you? I see a couple of small children around you, highlighting them. Also, the month of March being significant, and I can't. Um, I'm still aware of it's female that would have passed with the heart related passing. I also feel like I'm actually most aware of her. I'm aware of the E initial female E name, and then a D name. I heard the name Dame, but the D name. And then I pulled a card, and as Jean was talking about this, it felt like the self-care. It felt like the attention and energy around you was what Spirit was highlighting, and that the call to prioritize some things, and that can really take something, but that's the energy that's coming through. I have 3 kids. Oh, okay. Yeah. Interesting. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, the self-care and the, prioritizing. I'm not a parent, and so I don't fully get it how it's just such a balancing act, if you will, sometimes, and prioritizing. It's important that you take care of yourself in this as well, in order to offer to take care of other people. So, which so yeah. Lots of support and love from the other side.
And you're
Mhm.
not taking anything away from them when you do this. It's the,
Mhm.
oxygen mask thing. If you don't have it, then don't have anything to give if you don't take care of yourself. And not only that, but you're giving them an example of what a parent looks like, and a parent takes care of themselves.
Mm.
And you don't want to just keep giving everything you have to the kids, even though that is what you want to do. It's important to have balance, and you're teaching them that when you show them this, and they understand this. Her husband's nephew's name is Damien.
Mm. Perfect. Mhm. Yeah.
So that's interesting. So her grandparents didn't actually come through with any specific message from them, other than mirroring what they see in you, and
Yeah.
just giving a message about you and your life. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. You know what I think sometimes? I think, I have this knowing that Serena is in communication with them directly, and so it's like, in that, I feel like other energy was kind of stepping forward, if you will. In that, I think she's so in tune with the communication of her loved ones. So yeah, it's interesting. And that just shows that we don't have, I always intend to connect with the energy of the loved ones that people are really hoping to connect with. And it doesn't always work that way, that who comes through is meant to come through. And so I surrender to that. So, and it resonated with her. So that's the beautiful thing about it. And
It
then the
was
other
the
thing, oh
Mhm.
yeah,
Go ahead. The other thing was.
don't forget to like and subscribe to Jean's channel because she's wonderful.
Is that really what the other thing was?
I'm not kidding you. That was it. I'm not kidding you.
You
I'm
guys
like
are,
that. I'm so random sometimes. And
yeah.
comments are always lovely too. Things that sometimes present later or in the feedback. It's so wonderful to have the comments. So yeah.
Yes. 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 The
Mhm.
communication, the validation, and the engaging when we're reading is vital. And it gives you a more rounded, a more in depth kind of reading. And it's, what I was about to say is that when we ask for a message from our grandparents, and it may not be, remember when we did this when you were little, it's we see you and this is what we want to point out for you. Like they're helpful for you.
Mhm.
They want to mirror something in your life. And it's not anything that we're expecting, but it's definitely something that we need. And that's what my intention is that the information that they need most important to hear today is what you get, is what you hear,
Yeah.
is what comes through. And I just thank your grandparents for bringing this through for you and through them.
Mhm.
Um, every reading is different. Oh wow. Oh gosh. She said she was talking to her grandparents right before I called her name.
I mean, if that's not validation,
Now,
I mean,
Kevin, I want to pick your brain a little bit. Did they tell you that she was in communication with them, or did you kind of read this from her energy? Where did that information come through that you knew that she was talking to them? Do you know where it came from?
I feel like that's them. I feel like
Okay.
it's them, and it's like just in our connection, because none of us are separate, and in that, it's just for sure. Like them so intimately, and they're always just here and present, and so in it. Sometimes we get so familiar with that, and then sometimes we doubt and we go, are they here? Are they this? Or like, and we think there's something missing. That's the feeling that they impressed upon me, was the familiarity and the communication. And so they're probably thinking like, what more do you want? Dude, and I'm being silly, but sometimes, and don't take that the wrong way. I hope that didn't come across the wrong way. But it's like sometimes when we're in such that already present communication, yeah, I mean, I just think it's wonderful. So how great of them.
I think it's important. I mean, it's very important just to get validation, even though we feel as though we get messages and hear our loved ones. It's always really amazing to hear that somebody else can hear it too.
Yeah,
It's out there. It's not just in here. It's not just in here, but it's out there too. And it just gives that extra dimension of validation to it. So I think
yeah.
that's really important. I know it is for me. Yeah, when I get my readings and. Whew. All right. So we have one more, Kevin. Do you have time for one more?
I do. Let's do it.
All right. Thank you,
Let's
everybody.
do
Let's
it.
see. Yeah, it's getting. Um,
I heard the name Jackie.
you heard the
Jackie.
name
Jack or
Jackie.
Jackie. Yep.
So
Jackie.
she wanted to get a message from her spirit guide, Creighton, and
Oh, cool.
I can try and get it from that specific spirit guide, but
Mm.
I think I'm just going to go into spirit guides for Yanti.
Excuse me.
Yanti. I'm seeing a big brown bear. Not sure if this is a spirit animal of yours. They say you're small, but you're mighty. That your energy is big, that your spirit is big. You have some spirit animals around you.
Oh my God.
I'm seeing another. I'm picking up that you are connected to the elementals. You're very aware of Earth and Earth energies, Earth beings, Earth, the different dimensions in this on this Earth plane, and the different beings in the different dimensions. This is why I'm picking up that the bear and the other creatures, and maybe even like a Sasquatch, or something, the interdimensional beings that are on this earth plane, that live in communication with this earth plane, but they're in a different dimension, and you seem to be connected in that, and very grounded. You know the spirit of the forest. You probably know Cyrnos and or Pan. This is one of the deities, the Celtic gods of the forest. There's like rock people, plant people, the creepy crawlies, the ones that slither on their stomach, and like all of this dimension. You're like a the queen of the forest almost, or the queen of this type of a multidimensional realm. I see that you have this energy, that you are very in communication with a lot of the wildlife and small wildlife animals, and you have an affinity with deers, and you maybe even be telepathic to these little squirrels, little deers, little turtles, little, like the small woodland animals. I see you being sort of like a fairy queen for. And this is just one of your many different dimensions, but you're very much an earth being and planted here in this earth spirit, and almost like an overseer. So, okay. So that's what I'm getting from your guides.
Amazing. Spot on. I don't use the deck very often. It's kind of curious because I'm working on a segment to bring to do like animal energy for people. So to end on this just feels like validation. I heard pull an animal, one of the Archangel Animal cards from Diana Cooper, one of my favorite Oracle card decks, and it's the snake. And Jean, you hit it out of the park. It says, live according to your divine essence. And it's about the elemental kingdom. And so in the energy of that, I got kind of two things. So I'll start with this one. My ears started ringing, and I felt like that was part of the vibration. So staying with the energy of the snake, it feels transformative. So that the aspect of the snake and the shedding of the skin feels very reflective of where you are in your life, and the transformations that are occurring. The other part of that is the medicinal part of the snake and the medicine and the healing. So they're saying, and I hope you understand that you are a healer. There is a healing aspect to your potential, if not already. So be aware of that. Also, they showed me a book, and this book is like, I feel like you keep revisiting this book, and it's good. It's like I can see all the corners of the page, like the little dog ears folded, and it's like the revisit of that book. And I can't see the cover. It's just all of the pages. It feels like a really great resource for you. And then as I tuned into the other energy, and that's when my ears really started to ring, I feel the vibration of Crydon or Crevion, or the name
Creighton?
of Creighton, the guide that you had asked to connect. I felt like it was beyond my capacity to connect with in the way that it was like very 7 or 8 dimensional being and energy, and it was just so expansive that it's meant to tap in little bits at a time, and the activations that will occur are just like a little less frequent is the energy that comes through, because the vibration is so high in that. So it's difficult in our human experience um, to really get it in the fullness, because of our just the capacity is what they're saying, or what that energy feels like. So yeah, amazing.
Wow. So this is just a little feedback from Yanti. She said the energy is like euphoric. And then she said, I love a bear spirit guide. Some people call me Mama Bear. That's a good validation. She says, I connect with cosmic beings so much and earth energies. It's beings almost immediately. Oh, earth energies and its beings immediately. Yeah, definitely. Um, and then she also says, oh my gosh, a beautiful white snake coming to me in pearly white skin, glowing brightly. Or she dreamt of a beautiful white snake. And then
Mm-hmm.
she said she thought it was a Kundalini awakening.
Wow.
Hmm. Hmm. So yeah, you definitely. I like a couple of the comments here. I like the comments that other people were offering. It's like Ellie Mae on the Clampets, the Beverly Hillbillies. Ellie Mae, she
Yeah.
always was friends with all the critters. Um,
Yes.
but yeah, and again, I like how when you ask the question to connect with your Creighton Arcturian, here it is. He's from Arcturian tribe and a galactic being, and he is
Mm.
a higher, oh, you're so sweet. He is a higher dimensional being. And
Mm-hmm.
these are the things and Kevin, you say that he may have been in a different vibration than what you felt
Mm.
as though you could reach. But all of this information, I believe, came through him. That
Mm.
even though we feel as though we weren't talking to him directly, that these are the things that he was mirroring back for us. I
Yeah.
do feel as though he had a part in this, or else I wouldn't have been able to get all of that information. I mean, I can see your image, and you seem to be a very petite, quiet, sweet woman, and I'm like, I see a bear, I mean, why would I
Yeah.
say that? And Kevin's like, I see a snake. And most people will be like, what? But,
Yeah.
we could feel it. We could feel it. We were
Mm-hmm.
being shown this information. So I believe that he was part of this reading as well.
Yeah. I love that. That's such a good point, because how Yanti received that was that place of knowing. There was like no fear of the bear or the snake or that. And to me, when it like there's that clarity and reception in it, it's really validating from this end as well. So beautiful,
Absolutely. It's really,
beautiful.
oh, she's
Mm.
speechless. Yeah. Thank you, Yanti, for your question. And thank you for being so patient. I think that your question was way up in the beginning because I only clicked a couple in the beginning and then I just got into the readings. And thank you very
Mhm.
much for your patience. And we were able to wind up with a bang, that's for sure. And it's good experience for us, Kevin. Or let me just speak for myself. For me to go from, grandmother Virginia, a cat Heath, and then this multidimensional elemental energies. It's all connected. We're all one. We're all one universe. There's no,
Mhm.
we're all have this ability, have this capacity, have this connection. And it doesn't make one person better than another. It just depends on where we are in our evolution.
Mhm.
And it's just so inspiring. And it validates for me that I'm sitting here in this space that it's mind blowing that I can connect to all of you and to Kevin and to all of
Mhm.
these energies. It just has enchanted my life and has just given me overwhelming sense of love, protection, a sense of well-being. Everything's going to be all right. We're doing really great. And that, if we're going through some troubles and some struggles, that this too shall pass, and it'll bring out our strengths, and we'll be like, oh, remember when I was going through that? It will. It will. It'll pass.
Mhm.
And your perspective and your attitude towards things is a huge part of it. So thank you everybody for being here and for holding the
Mhm.
energy for us and being together and very supportive. And this community is we're definitely soul family for sure. It's an amazing, loving vibration, and no pun, no, but it's a really beautiful experience. And I thank you, Kevin, for
Thank
being
you.
there and supporting me and being in tandem and being a leader when necessary and being yeah, it's just really, really beautiful. I thank you for all of your wisdom, all of your heart space, and you're teaching us and just in your time. And I'm really indebted to you. So thank you very much for your
Aw,
time. Yeah, it's really
Jean, you
beautiful to
always
read
you
together.
you always make me cry.
It's fun, isn't
Oh,
it?
Jean,
It's
I love
fun.
you. Yes, no, I echo everything that you just said, and I think every single person in the chat will echo exactly what you just said, and that's it. We are in, a time of divide and separation, and on the other side of that, in this moment, we can still have the perspective and the knowing that we are connected, and that all of that other stuff is such an illusion, and a distraction. And so coming back to this, it just is such a blessing. And so you speak so eloquently in your flow with spirit, whatever capacity and aspect of that connection just comes with such natural beauty. I truthfully, I told you before we started backstage that I love reading with you, and I truly mean that. So thank you for trusting me and having me be a part of this. And the chat family, thank each and every one of you. And that's the thing. I don't look at. I was thinking about this earlier, and it's coming back. So I would love to share about the, you know sometimes we can get caught up on the big number, and in that we can lose that it's made up of ones, each and every one of us, and the contribution that each and every one of us make brings, this community together. And so I never overlook the bigger number or picture for the specific individualness that each of us are. So thank you, Jean, and thank you to everybody.
You're welcome. You're
Hmm.
welcome. Thank you, everybody in the chat. And I apologize if I didn't get to everybody's question. I thank you very much if you are part of the show and asked your questions. We really appreciate it. And I just wanted to say a special shout out to all of our moderators. We really
Hmm.
appreciate all your hard work
Yes.
and helping us out. And And that when it's, yeah, but we couldn't do it without you. So we really appreciate your help there. And everybody have a wonderful Saturday night, and we'll see you all soon. Take care.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thanks, Kevin. Oh, wait,
Thank you.
Kevin, are you going to be on, did you want to tell us where you're going to be, or any information about yourself? I think I forgot this the last time. How
It's
can people get a
okay.
hold of you?
I mean, I mean, I do have my channel. I'm going through, the timing is so perfect, if time was such a thing, but all of the exciting things, I'm moments away from announcing a bunch of new things. So in the coming days, in my community tab is to be activated any day now. And so I will be super transparent with the collaborations that I'm doing, the ideas that I have, what people are searching or requesting, and yeah, it'll all be on my community tab. Hopefully, by Monday. But yeah, I have lots of exciting things in the works, and yeah, I have today. I think I'm on. Oh, I do actually remember. I confirmed I'm going on. Oh shit, Mel. You guys know his name, Mel.
Oh, yeah.
Mel. Mel.
Meldor. Hmm.
Yes, I'm going on his channel on
Wow.
Tuesday at 7 Central Time, 6 Pacific. So I'm a guest on his channel. That's the next one. So
Excellent. Oh, well, that's great. Well, everybody go over and subscribe to Kevin, and are you going to tell everybody where you're going to be from your YouTube channel, or?
exactly, yeah. From the
Okay.
community tab, I'm going to have all of my, like, when I'm guesting on somebody else's channel, and then my stuff. The one thing that I have confirmed is a Friday. Every Friday, I will be doing something. So starting next Friday. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
that's
you'll see me,
wonderful.
and I'll
Well,
see you.
everybody run over and subscribe to Kevin the Healing Medium's YouTube page or channel, and make sure you keep up on all of his comings and goings. He's going to be taking off like a rocket around here. So, wow.
Thank you,
Well,
Jean.
you're welcome. Sorry about that little, but
No, it's
thank
all
you,
good.
everybody, again. We'll see you. Bye-bye now.
Bye again.
Bye again.